All right, so really quickly, I just wanted to show you my quick setup for my baby chicks. As you know, I'll be getting 8 chicks in the mail within the next day or so. And so I wanted to make sure that I was already set up and ready to go for them, so that then when they get here, they'll come into a nice, warm, comfortable space, and I can, do a quick health check and then get them under the heat. Obviously, if they've been traveling in the mail, they even though the hatchery provides them with heat packs to travel with, I just want to make sure that we go ahead and get them under the heat lamp and make sure that they are kept warm when we first get them. So just really quickly, I want to show you, this is just a regular Rubbermaid tote. Again, if you have more chicks than what I deal with, then certainly you will want something bigger, a different sort of brooder. But right now I'm just in my basement right here in the city, and I have just a regular, like I said, a Rubbermaid tote. In this Rubbermaid tote, what you'll find so this is a waterer. So I'll fill this up with water tomorrow before I go to pick up the chicks. And this is a feeder, and what I'm going to put in it is chick starter, which is and I'll show you tomorrow the difference between the size of the chick starter versus the size of the crumbles that I give my adult chicks. But in this little feeder, I'm going to put the starter and some grit, which is kind of like ground rocks, because chickens don't have teeth. And so, if they're out free ranging or have some time out and about, they'll be able to pick up rocks and things like that, which helps them to actually chew, or quote unquote chew their food. But if they don't get that, sometimes it'll cause them to have digestional issues. So I do provide them with grit, especially when they're babies, because they're only going to be getting that chick starter. It's designed to give them everything that they need to grow up to be healthy birds. But that said, I have my waterer, my feeder, which again, these will both be filled up. Underneath these paper towels, I have just some fine flakes. It's kind of like a pine shaving or whatever. This is actually what I use out in my regular in my regular chicken coop. So all of my other birds are used to it. If I were to give these babies something else and then move them out there to what my other birds use, they would not be happy. I put the paper towel down because within the first couple of days, I really want to monitor what they're doing and making sure that they're having bowel movements and all that stuff that they're supposed to be, and just kind of make sure that everything looks good and healthy. So I use paper towel over the first few days, and then after that I'll get rid of the paper towel and go from there. Here, what you'll find is my heat lamp, and I have an infrared heat lamp. It is pretty far down, and what you'll find is that chickens really need, like baby chicks, within the first couple of days, which I should get them when they're maybe 2 days old. They really need to be kept warm. So you're talking between 85 and 90 degrees. So this is the reason why I have my heat lamp. I have it on a chain so that I can adjust it up and down. And this is just something that I made myself. So I use the PVC pipe, and it goes all the way down, and there's it's being held up and sitting on top of, or there's a heavy bag sitting on top of it for weight to keep it from knocking over, because I don't want it to knock over and injure the chicks. So like I said, just a regular little lamp with a infrared heat lamp. Those are pretty inexpensive over at Tractor Supply. All of my supplies that you find, like the heat lamp and these little guys and the bedding and all that stuff, that's pretty reasonably priced over at Tractor Supply, and that's where I get a lot of my stuff. The only other thing that you may be able to see, this wire right here, I have it going down underneath the actual bedding, and what that is a thermometer. So I have over here on the side, a little doodad here that tells me how warm it is. Right now it is only 68.5 degrees down here. Again, it's my basement, so my basement is a little bit cooler than the rest of the house. So once I know that I'm getting ready to go pick up the chicks, I will be cutting on that heat lamp, and we will, obviously keep an eye, be keeping a very close eye on the chickies and the heat and all that stuff. But really, that is, what all I use to get started. Within a few days, they will start, they'll start getting a little bit more mobile. And once I notice that they're flying and actually getting out of here, which, contrary to popular belief, chicks can quote unquote fly, and they'll get up pretty high, and they will actually be able to get out of their out of this Rubbermaid tote. So at that time, then I will go ahead and put either a screen or wire mesh or something over top of this, or go ahead and move them into my secondary holder, which is a lot bigger. It gives them a lot more space, and they'll be in there until they're about 4 or 5, maybe 6 weeks. It just really depends on how quickly their feathers come in and what the temperatures are like outside. And then also I'll start to introduce them to the older chicks. And what I want to make sure is that when I introduce them to the older chicks, that we kind of do a slow introduction cycle, because the older chicks will pick on them, and it could result in some injury to those little babies. So I want to make sure that I give them the best chance for toughing it out with the big girls. So I want to make sure that they stay in here for, they'll be in here for quite a while, but it'll probably be about a month, maybe a month and a half before they go outside. So just letting you know, I will go live when I go to actually pick up the chicks, and you'll be able to hear them either when I'll either go live when I pick them up from the post office themselves, or I'll wait and go live when I actually get them home and open up the box. So more to come on that, but I hope you guys are excited, or as excited as I am. I really love this process, and I'm so excited to be able to do this all over again and bring some more chicks in. So it should be fun. Thank you guys for going along on this journey with me, and I'll keep up with you. I'll talk to you guys later.